Welcome to AdPDX, Ad Performance, AI-powered. Today, we explore a topic sourced directly from our latest insights. Let's begin.
So let's kick things off with a question that I'm willing to bet you've asked yourself more than once. You're pouring serious money into your marketing campaigns. You're seeing all this activity light up your dashboards. But when it comes down to it, can you really confidently say how it's driving actual sales? If that sounds familiar, well, you're in the right place. That feeling of uncertainty, that's exactly what we're going to unpack today.
And look, this isn't just some vague feeling, right? It's a real fundamental problem, and it's one that's actively costing businesses money. There's this huge invisible gap between the metrics we all get told to track and the results that actually, grow the business.
This really gets to the heart of it. On one side, you've got what we call surface metrics, things like clicks, impressions, engagement rates, and hey, they look great on a report, they make you feel busy, but they often have a very fuzzy connection to what really matters. And then on the other side, you have the true impact, things like profitable growth, your actual customer acquisition cost, lifetime value, the stuff that keeps the lights on. The big problem here is that most ad platforms are literally built to optimize for the shiny objects on the left, not the hard business results on the right.
That disconnect, it traps marketing teams in this, it's a perpetual cycle of just reacting. It's kind of like trying to drive a car forward while only looking in the rearview mirror. I mean, think about it. You're making all your big decisions based on data about where you've already been, instead of looking ahead at the road and anticipating what's coming next.
To put it really simply, this lag, this delay between an action happening and you getting the insight from it, it means you're optimizing for problems that might not even exist anymore. You're constantly playing catch-up, fine-tuning a strategy for a marketing environment that's already moved on. And that costs you money, and just as importantly, missed opportunities.
Okay, so how do we get out of this reactive loop? Well, there is a much better way to operate, and it all starts with a simple but profound shift in thinking. We've got to move from being reactive to being predictive. And this whole evolution is powered by something called predictive intelligence. Seriously, just imagine for a second, what if you could actually see what was going to happen next in your campaigns? That's what this is all about. It's the ability to anticipate market changes, to instantly identify new opportunities for optimization, and then, and this is key, to actually implement those adjustments at machine speed, something no human team could ever do.
Now let's get one thing crystal clear right away. This is not about replacing marketers. It's about augmenting their intelligence. AI is a tool, a massively powerful one, that makes great marketers even better at their jobs. It handles the tedious, data-crunching stuff so they can focus on what they do best, high-level strategy and amazing creative.
So what does this actually look like in practice? Well, these intelligent systems can analyze just immense amounts of data, spotting patterns that even the best human analyst would probably miss. So for example, let's say one of your ads is just starting to show the very first signs of fatigue. The system can detect those early, subtle signals and automatically, instantly, reallocate that budget over to your highest performing assets. All of this happens in real time without you lifting a finger.
When you boil it all down, this new approach really hinges on two things that completely change the game: transparency and speed. It's about knowing how decisions are being made and being able to act on them instantly. Okay, let's talk about transparency first. So many ad platforms are a total black box, right? You pour money in one end and some results, hopefully good ones, come out the other. But the why behind it all is a complete mystery. Now imagine if you could see exactly how and why every optimization decision is being made. Suddenly, your team starts to build this incredible institutional knowledge. They learn what truly works, and that knowledge just compounds with every single campaign, making your whole operation smarter.
And this is just a universe away from the traditional cycle. I mean, the old way feels like you launch a campaign, then you wait. You wait for days, maybe even weeks, for enough data to come in. Then someone has to manually analyze it all, and by the time you finally figure out what to do and implement a change, well, the moment is past. The opportunity's gone.
I love this analogy because it's so perfect. It really is the difference between steering a massive ship by making a big course correction every few hours versus having a system that makes these constant tiny micro adjustments that just keep you on a perfect heading always. And what's the result of all those little micro adjustments? It's predictability. It's stability. You get rid of those wild up and down swings in performance that are so stressful. And once your performance becomes predictable and controllable, it gives you the confidence to be way more aggressive and strategic with your growth plans.
And here's where it gets really powerful. Over time, the effects of this intelligent, real-time approach start to compound. This isn't just about making one campaign a little bit better. No,
This is about building a durable, long-term competitive advantage for your entire business.
So what are the long-term benefits here? Well, it means your cost per acquisition starts to go down over time. Your campaign performance, as we said, becomes predictable. And this is a big one. You gain independence from those volatile, unpredictable algorithm changes on the big ad platforms. You're essentially building institutional knowledge about what really works, creating a sustainable advantage that your competitors just can't easily copy.
What you're creating is a virtuous cycle. It's a positive feedback loop where every single month, the system generates new insights that make the next month even better. It drives down your costs while pushing up your conversion rates. So instead of growth getting more expensive as you scale, which is what happens to a lot of companies, it actually gets more efficient. At the end of the day, it means your budget is automatically flowing to the exact right combination of channels, audiences, and creative to deliver the best possible results. You stop allocating your budget based on a guess from last quarter's report, and you start making precision investments based on real-time, predictive data. Okay, so let's bring this all together. What does this path forward look like for your business? How do you move from a tactical upgrade to a true strategic transformation? Making this shift is about more than just adopting a new tool. It's a fundamental reimagining of how modern businesses drive customer acquisition. It's a whole new way of thinking about growth itself.
Look, in today's market, the question isn't if AI-powered marketing is going to become the standard. It already is for the leaders. The real question is, who's going to lead in your space? And who's going to be left behind trying to catch up?
So I'll leave you with this question to think about for your own strategy. What if every single one of your optimization decisions was guided by predictive intelligence? What would that unlock for your business? Thank you for listening to AdDDX, Ad Performance, AI-powered. For more insights, visit adddx.com.